Hi, everyone. Welcome to our channel.
Hi,
My name is Uchenna.
and I'm IJ.
And I'm Dior.
So today we are going to talk about Put a Ring on It, Season 3, Episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this episode was okay. It was
better than okay.
Oh, really? I don't know. I don't know if I like the dates as much.
I thought they were all dry. All the dates were dry.
That's because they were filling their dates. I was more interested in Shorty and her man.
Kenneth, yeah. So that's who we're going to talk about first. Okay, so it starts with them at the couples therapy, and Dr. Nicole said she dropped some real gems of wisdom. She said, and I think it applies to everyone in a relationship. Mm-hmm. She said, what you need to do is you need to look at the root, how strong the root of your relationship is. And you need to evaluate. You got to see if you're bringing all that you have into the relationship and the other person's bringing all that they have into the relationship, is that enough for you to presently stay with them? And if
what
it's
does
not,
she mean by that? When people say things like that, it's so ambiguous to me at times.
I thought it was pretty clear. She was just saying, if you're bringing everything that you have to the table, all that you are, what you do, what you don't do, who you are, and if that person is also bringing it and you're finding each other lacking, or it's not enough for you to be happy, then you need to decide, can you do something to improve it? Is it worth fighting for? Or do you need to leave? Because a lot of people were like, oh, he has so much potential, or she has so much potential. So they stay, hoping that that person will get better. And sometimes they do, but probably most times they don't. So you got to look at your relationship in the now, maybe not in the past, not in the future. And you got to decide if that's what you want.
And you know what you said is what Shorty said too as well, but she said it in her own way. She's got to look at her relationship and what she's been doing in the past. Should she look for somebody that's what she needs the now, or is she trying to get different people and fit them into a mold of what she wants? And unfortunately, I've learned you can't fit people into a mold of what you want. It's either they're already who they are and you accept them as they are and you're willing to live with that, but you can't go and make people change.
Right.
If they're not ready.
Right. Yeah. Or can't change. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they all had to decide who they wanted to go on a date with. They couldn't choose anybody new. There are not going to be any new dates. They had to pick someone from the past that they've already dated. And Fonzo picked his last date, Tanisha. Shay picked Asari, the date that she went with when she acted crazy.
Which was surprising because I wouldn't have shown back up, but okay.
Yeah. And Charlie picked Chris, the bad boy. Otis picked Cherie, the girl that he went on the cake date with him. And then, say what?
I said, I couldn't remember. I didn't remember their first date.
Yeah, it was the cake date. And then Kenneth went with Marcia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but she was the one who already knew. Maisha, yeah, that's right, Maisha. She's the one that already knew Shorty. And then Shorty picked Tavy for the fourth date. And so then the next scene is that, Kenneth finally has some cojones. And so he wanted, finally, yes. So he wanted to sit down and talk with Shorty about the relationship.
In that scene, I don't know if you guys, I got kind of confused in the last couple of episodes because before I was seeing Shorty as this strong personality that, Kenneth just didn't measure up and so forth. But now I'm seeing things a little bit differently. I'm seeing how she talks to Kenneth, how she acts towards him. And I'm wondering, the relationship is unbalanced, but is it kind of like abusive? I don't know. like not like physically abusive, but mentally downing him and telling him he's not a strong enough of a man, and not being encouraging. She's not his mother, but that the relationship seems like more like he's the one that's always trying to get her approval.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely so, which is why he said that, I'm gonna, I usually sit back and let her take control, but this time I want to talk to her about how she needs to be more respectful to him, And he started off strong, in the conversation, kind of laying out how he felt. And then Shorty just took over, like you said. Like, she's not giving him a micron. She's not giving him a millimeter of grace or openness. She is like constantly pounding him and telling him exactly how she feels. So what we don't know is this because she's been seeing it over and over and over again, and she's just had it because he hasn't changed, or is it because she's not being understanding and open?
Well, she says that he lies, that he's not truthful. And so I'm wondering, his past behaviors, that's what's causing all this?
I don't know. We don't know. I mean, if we go by what he says, no, he says he's trying, he's doing 50-50, and he's contributing. And she says that he's not doing enough. And she's also saying that he's not listening to her and he can't converse with her, which I think is a huge issue. She wants someone to have deep conversations with and to want to talk about stuff and not just like, let's table it and let's come back to it. And then he never comes back to it. So I think they have like real issues.
Communication issues.
Yeah. He needs to work on his communication skills. And then she needs to be less relenting. She needs to stop like pounding on him all the time.
Part of it is not letting go of the past.
If you don't see any progress, then it's hard to
part of it's not letting go of the past. And it was funny that during their group meeting, he said he's going to be truthful. So what, Kenneth? You haven't been truthful all this time?
I don't know. Or maybe he's going to tell the truth about the relationship and how she's acting. So maybe he's been keeping quiet. I don't know.
I don't know. But we do know that Kenneth is not always on the up and up. Just like that cell phone thing and taking shots of her stuff. Right. We can't forget the past.
Right.
And a picture of the past that she's talking about too.
What was interesting in our comments, Kenneth had said that, they split bills 50-50.
Oh, wow.
I thought, which I thought was fair, but then another subscriber said that that's not enough. If you want to be the man of the household, then you got to do more than just 50-50.
I don't think so.
I mean, it's different ways of people thinking.
I think being a man of the household is not always about money. It's not always about finances. To me, it's about direction that you're taking the family in. What direction are you taking the family in? Because whoever's going to be the alpha is one that's going to dictate the temperature of the household, And so it's not always about money, because some women, their husbands do all the work, but they do all the spending and all the controlling. Are they still the man of the house just because they make more money?
For me, I don't think there is a man of the house. I think there's partnership. Like, I don't think anybody should be the one controlling in the relationship. I think you guys should move as partners. And I think it makes it easier for both people, because no one's burdened with making all the decisions and feeling like if they fail, the family fails. But if you're doing it as a partner, I just think that's better. And no one feels less than, But it's different ways of thinking, on families. Okay, so let's talk about the dates.
Okay.
They all go on the date. So the first date we see, I believe, is Alfonso's date. And I thought that their date went really well. Like, they have great chemistry. This is the most, energetic and alive that I've ever seen Alfonso, he was talking, he was joking, he was being silly, he was, you know, having like a real conversation, and he looked happy, you know. So
Yeah,
I
I
thought
think
that was
he didn't have that pressure this time of, you know, he didn't have to think about how, what's this girlfriend's name?
Shay.
Shay, how Shay was reacting. Like they didn't have an encounter before he went on his date. So I think he was more settled. And like Dr. Nicole said, he was able to make like his own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was funny how like he was just kind of like stating like, oh, I'm gonna set these boundaries, you know, instead of just doing them. But maybe he just wanted to make it known that, hey, there is temptation here, but I'm choosing not to, you know, give it to the temptation. But yeah, he seemed a little more like relaxed and settled.
Does that make you wonder, did you used to jump into the temptations when he said that?
Oh, girl, yes.
I definitely would have asked that.
So that, yeah, so we're skipping way ahead. But yeah, when they were in the couples therapy and Dr. Nicole was like, so, you know, Alfonso, how did your date go? And he said it went great. He was like, I was really proud of myself that I didn't fall into temptation because she's a really pretty girl. And Dr. Nicole was congratulating him. Shay was congratulating him. I was like, wait a minute. Does that mean that he was given into temptation every other time?
I know.
Yeah.
And are you saying that you're not falling into temptation is vulnerable? Dr. Nicole, for the first time, I'm just like, that's not gems of wisdom that you're dropping. That should be a given that you're not falling into temptation. You know, right? I mean, like,
yeah, I was like, what?
I need a sticker. I was like, you need a sticker for not falling into temptation? Okay.
That's setting the bar real low.
Right, real low. But for Shay, I guess because he said it, she can now believe it. And for her, that means something, you know? And two, he wasn't wearing all his jewelry on that date.
He sure wasn't. He didn't wear jewelry on the first date either. Yeah, so like she's liking him because she likes him, not because of all his bling. The date.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Shay goes on the date with Asar.
Oh, Asar, yeah.
Yeah, and he seems like a real cool guy. You know, he's funny. It was a nothing date. It was a nothing date, right?
Right. There's no real chemistry there.
Yeah, but he tried to make it more lively, but she's not thinking about him at all.
Girl, no. I don't know why she did. I mean, I'm happy that she went on a date to apologize to him because he needed an apology. I'm surprised he showed back up, but hey, it's a nice
free dinner,
be on TV kind of name out there. You know, women, I'm available kind of thing. So, but yeah, it was a no nothing date. A lot of their dates today was no nothing dates.
Right. So then Otis and Charlie, they went on their date.
I don't know about Otis and Charlie, especially Charlie. She is trying me.
Really? Why?
She just is. She just is.
So Otis, you're more team Otis?
Yeah. Otis.
What? No.
Yes.
No.
Otis to me acts like he's trying, right?
No, Otis is a fake person. Like, I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. She's over it because he's an ass, I think.
Well, from what she said, they're in a better place. They're communicating more. And so to me, I feel like if he's willing to try, she should be willing to try too.
Well, I think she is willing. She is trying. Why do you think that she's not trying?
Because when Otis didn't want to go on another date.
Well, we're actually jumping way ahead.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Yeah. Go through their boring dates because both their dates were boring.
No, I think his date was boring. I think
he was not into that date at all.
I felt sorry for him because the first thing that she said was that, you know, I need you to talk more because he doesn't say hardly anything. And he really didn't deliver because she was pulling out every word that he said, and it was like one word answers, and I felt sorry for her because it was such a difficult date.
When they were on their date and it was a wine tasting date, that was just like, ooh. Then I saw the wine tasting that they were doing where they had to pour their own wines, and he was more into his pouring his wines and drinking than talking to her.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so that date didn't went so well, but I thought that Chris and Charlie had a really good date. I mean, he showed a lot more depth,
Do you think so?
and yeah, he was asking her questions, he was responding with good answers, he was opening himself up more, and he was showing that he was intelligent, because I didn't think that he was intelligent, and I missed that he went to Stanford.
I heard that the first time.
I totally missed that.
Oh, what do you think about him coloring his hair that color? I feel like he was trying to be like Odell Beckham, right?
Oh.
With his clothing and his hair.
He did play football, so maybe that's like his idol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't like when Black men color their hair like that. It just like screams attention. I need attention.
It depends. If it looks right, I think if it looks good, I don't see any problem with it. I don't particularly care. I think he lightened it. Isn't that right, Dior? Because it was more yellow, and now it's more white blonde.
Yeah, I thought the color looked the same.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, it was like a blondish color. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he seems like he's really into her. And you tell that there was chemistry. And I thought they had a good date, and she seemed to be interested. And he seems more her type. Otis is just like a statue. Like there's nothing there. It doesn't seem to me.
One thing about her is she said that, I don't need anyone to tell me I'm not weak, but that's absolutely why she went on that date, is for him to tell her that she was not weak. And she just really frustrates me. I think I said that on the last episode. Like she just, I mean, it's clear she's insecure. I saw that from the beginning of the season, but it's just really annoying. It's almost attention seeking a little bit as well. But I mean, it could just be because of how like Otis has treated her, that she's like looking for validation. But I think that's just a sign that this relationship is not for you.
Yeah.
I feel like they're both such tit for tat people constantly. And she's mad that he said she's weak. She can't let that go.
I mean, that's a hard thing to let go.
No, it's not. If my husband said, "Oh man, I do," you're weak-minded about that.
No, that depends on how your relationship is. If you guys are tit for tat, and if you guys are constantly going after each other, and especially when you're trying to make things better, and the only reason why he said that she was weak was because another guy said, "I wanted to take him from you." That's the only reason. So he was being petty as hell.
Yeah,
she knew that.
No, he was talking from a hurt place, a pride.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't make it okay.
It doesn't make it okay. But she knows if somebody calls me weak, ugly, not a nice person, I'm just gonna be like, okay. If that's
no, you are not.
Yes, I am.
Don't even try it.
Yes, I am.
You are not. You're not gonna be like, okay. No, you're
I'm
gonna
like, whatever. My feelings aren't gonna be hurt.
Oh, girl.
But
okay.
That's not stuff that hurts me. It's not something I would bring to a date. Yeah, my man said I'm weak. No, why? Why would you bring that up? Y'all aren't friends. You just meeting this guy, And so I feel like her going on this, when Dr. Nicole asked him, are you going to go on okay, am I going too far ahead?
Yes, you are.
All right, let's get to it, please.
Okay, well, we have.
And just to clarify, Otis didn't call her weak. He said that the guy said that he could take her from him because he thought she was weak.
Right.
The guy did. Chris.
Yeah, but which is actually calling her weak.
Right.
So he did another like passive aggressive thing, and instead of saying you're weak, he's saying, "Oh, Chris thinks you're weak." So that's just how manipulative he is. That's why I don't like Otis at all. Okay, so then now we go to Kenneth and Shorty's dress. I was thinking about a date. I was thinking about Kenneth's date's dress, which was way too much for a daytime date.
Yes, it was. He was wearing a gown.
Right.
But it could have been a summer dress.
Yeah, but that's still a nighttime dress, right? Like
it looked like a nighttime dress, but
yeah.
It could have been like a long summer dress, But
she looked thirsty to me. She looked like she was trying. Yeah, she looked like she was trying real hard.
Well, you know what? You're on TV. She just got her hair freshly done, she said.
Yeah, that was. I would too.
Yep, and he noticed. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So their date was, seemed okay. They were having fun. You know, they see more each other's speed in terms of levels. You know,
Yeah.
she's more on his level and
Mhm.
vice versa. So he
They
looked
were
like he was having,
good old time.
and I don't know if it was a put on or if he was really having a good old
I
time.
couldn't tell, but he looked like he was having a fun
Mhm.
time. And she looked like she was having a fun time. They were flirting with each other, holding hands. She was
Mm-hmm.
complimenting him. And maybe that's what he needed at that time. He needed
Yeah,
somebody to tell
definitely.
him, hey, you're worth something, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think that she was giving him that.
Yeah, she was giving him life. Yeah. She was. And then so we go to Shorty and Tavy's date. And Tavy's really into her. You know, they've had 4 great dates. And he asked her, like, so what's going on with you and I? And she was like, you know what? You know, I'm having a great time with you, but I need to work on me. And this is the first time she's acknowledged that she's part of the problem. And
Mhm.
she was like, you know, regardless of what things happen with Kenneth and I want Kenneth and I to work. But I think in order for that to happen, I need to look at myself and figure out what I'm doing wrong. And so that's why even if we don't work out, Kenneth and I don't work out, I won't be contacting you, is basically what she was saying. Yeah.
I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So at least she acknowledged that she's part of the problem. And he said that he was, you know, disappointed because he put in a lot of time into this relationship. So he's disappointed that and a
For
little
you, it's a lot of time.
in Atlanta world, maybe.
Coming on the show and somebody who's already in a relationship. Well,
Yeah.
bye.
I'm with you. She said, boy, bye. I'm with
I'm
you.
just repeating what he said.
Uh-huh.
But he did look hurt. Okay, so then we go to the couples gathering again, couples therapy. And they talk about their dates. And I thought that Kenneth was laying it on super duper thick. I think he really wanted to show to Shorty that he had a really good time and to make her jealous. And he did. She was feeling some type of way about it, you know, but
As he should, since she still cares for him.
Right. Oh yeah.
I don't think they should be together, but okay. To me, it's a mother-son dynamic for some reason.
Right. Yeah, I think it's definitely a mother-son dynamic. And so then Dr. Nicole asked them, do you want to go on another date? And both Shorty and Kenneth say no, they want to work on their relationship. They don't want to go on another date with the person that they just went with.
I hope they really do. I mean, I guess maybe they'll go on a date with each other, but I hope that they get to have some kind of session where they can really like talk and work on themselves actually in place of doing the dates with the other people. Because I mean, if they don't have any additional like activities or discussions, what's it like? How's that going to help? Not going on a date.
To me,
it's coming to an end. Yeah.
Right. I don't feel like I feel like Shorty and Kenneth at this point in time are finally starting to address their issues. Like they're just now starting to address issues. It's like they need another 8 weeks on the show but the show's getting ready to end. Have they really made changes in their lives that's impactful enough that's going to change? No.
Well, Shorty asked that. She answered that question. She said,
"No, it was this episode."
It was this episode. She said
yeah,
that
in the beginning, the very first scene where she said, "No, you know, if Dr. Nicole said, are you guys ready to get married and so forth?" And she said, in the current situation that they're in, no.
Right. Yeah. And then Kenneth didn't say anything. You know. Yeah, that's right.
And there's no way he would want to be married. Why would you want to be married in that type of relationship dynamic?
Well, I mean, when you're in love, you do stupid things. But I think they're both waking up and realizing. I think that's what the show is helping them realize. You know, the state of their relationship. You know. So then she asks Shay and Alfonso if they're going on second dates, and I missed it. So what did they say?
No, they're not going to.
They're
Oh,
not.
go ahead, Joe.
They're gonna focus on each other.
Okay. And then
But we want to bring up something about Shay and Alfonso. Like Shay said, if he can't make that call and straighten out what's going on with his family and bring her into the family fold, then she can't move forward and she's not ready to date. She needs to work on herself for right now. And that got me to thinking, is a phone call going to be enough? To me, I mean, it's the first step.
Yeah, that's the first. Yeah, I agree.
And then what about if his family doesn't accept her? It's okay if your family doesn't accept you. So that's okay if your family doesn't accept you. But, at least he's made that effort.
Right. No, I agree. And I'm glad that she said that too, that she needs to work on herself and not jump into another relationship.
So then the last couple.
Right. So the last couple is Otis and Charlie, Petty and Pettier. So the
two petty people that do not need to be together. My God.
So she says that she
that's what you should use on your screenshot. Petty and pettier.
Right. So she says that she is going to go on another date with Chris to give each other closure on the relationship. I mean, girls, just say you want to see him again.
What kind of closure? Y'all didn't go anywhere. Like if Shorty didn't need closure for her date that she went on, she went on 4 dates with him, 3 or 4 dates with him. Why do you need closure?
Right.
For somebody that you spent a total of maybe 4 hours at the most with in your lifetime.
She wants to see him again. He makes her feel special, and so that's what it is.
You know what?
She wants to make Otis jealous.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think it's all about Otis. I don't think she's really into Chris or whatever his name is. I think it's more of she's doing it to make him jealous because she was looking at him and smiling when she said that she wanted to do that. Because she knew he's not into his girls that he was dating. He really isn't.
He's not into anyone but himself. I'm sorry. That's who
he's into her at least.
No, he's not. He ain't into that girl. No, that was a fake cry scene at that restaurant they went to. I don't believe it.
No, I'm talking about what's her name? His girlfriend.
Charlie. Yeah, I don't believe he's into Charlie.
Oh, I think he's, or do you think it's his pride and his manhood is the reason why he doesn't want anybody else to be with her?
I think that's part of the reason.
Well, I think she is petty as hell. And that's what I'm talking about, not trying to move your relationship forward. She's trying to stay in the petty realm.
I guess so. If you look at it that way, I thought that she really liked Chris, but maybe she is just being petty.
And she's only spent 4 hours at the most with him. And I'm sorry, when somebody says, when she says, do you pull girls or do they run to you or whatever, what she said in the beginning, he's like, well,
like, what's he gonna say? I think his answer was appropriate. He didn't say, yeah, I'd be getting all the girls. Yeah. He was just like, whatever worked. Yeah, I thought his answer was good. There's like no good way to answer that question.
So if you feel that way, girl, he is not going to be in. One thing, it's only been 2 dates and it's been 2 hours. Nobody's into you that much. Sorry.
I don't know. I think sometimes when you meet people, you are into them a lot.
Yeah, but not this one. This one, God knows
because you don't like her.
Yeah, I just don't like her. I'm sorry.
All right, so then we go to Pettier, Mr. Otis, and he was not gonna go on that date with Sheree or whatever that girl's name. He was too bored with her. But since
Petty
said, I am going on a date with Chris, Pettier was like, okay, well then I'm gonna go on another date with Sheree or whatever her name is, knowing that he don't want to. Right. So
instead of being
honest, she would call them both out.
Yeah, she should have. And I'm mad at that. Now, she's almost right now at the same level as Mary.
No, that's not even
because she is not calling people out. She should have said, now, is that what you really want to do? Is that what you really want to do? You want to go out on
Maybe she's
another
just
date?
letting them do it, and then maybe there'll be a lesson in that in it.
Okay, maybe so, Dior.
All right, so then the show ends and we see a little snippet of next week. It looks like they're going to try on wedding dresses.
Skip that part.
Well, that's when the girls get together and talk. So I think it'll be good, you know, to support each other. So we're gonna see what happens. I think there's like maybe 2 more episodes left, and then a reunion.
And we see Shorty. We see Shorty and Kenneth.
Get into it.
Going, wow. Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching our channel. And Dior.
Don't forget to like our channel, subscribe to our channel, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and comment below.
And we will see you next week for Put a Ring on It, and tomorrow for Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Bye.
All right, bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.